Okay, we're back. Um, I'm gonna wait until a few people get in here, then I'm gonna just speak off the dome. This is gonna stay up because I'm absolutely just tired of it, and this is the last time I will ever address this. So, yeah. It's 2:25 a.m. I've seen people come in here at more absurd hours, so it's fucking this is perfect because earlier I kind of pussied out saying what I really wanted to say. Earlier I kind of I became a little bit of a wuss and didn't put things how I want to put them. But this is the last time I will ever address this. Um Earlier today I knew exactly what I wanted to say, but I didn't know how to say it without incurring certain responses. But then again, like it usually happens with me, I just say fuck it, right? And then on top of what just happened and what I've just witnessed, it only made me want to do this even more. So fuck that. Um. So yeah. It only makes me want to do this kind of shit even more. And it only makes me want to do what I'm going to do even more. And it only makes me say what I want to say even more. So yeah. Um. Well, let's start off with an analogy, right? Let's go back to you know our classical age. You have let's look at does everyone know the story of Romeo and Juliet? The Montagues and Capulets? Those two families, right? They're like two rival gangs, right? Let's talk about them. This is an analogy, just bear with me. You have the Montagues and Capulets, two sides, right? Please God, people have read fucking Romeo and Juliet, for Christ's sake, please. Alright. So, let's pretend that these families aren't, you know, old English, classical English families, but instead they're two groups full of psychopaths and potential criminals, right? Now let's pretend, okay, these two families, the Montagues and the Capulets, are not classical English families. Instead, they're two mafia gangs full of criminals and psychopaths. Trigger happy psychopaths. Um, and along comes Sir Red of the Hoods, right? Me. And I'm just a guy trying to mind my own business. And out of nowhere, the Montagues say something like, "Oh, Sir Redmond of the Hoods, he is such a good spy. He's such a good spy. You know, we appreciate him for his efforts. He is such a good spy for us. You know, he's secretly in with the Capulets, but he's such a good spy, right? So, what does Sir Red of the Hoods do? What happens to him? The Capulets here, the Montagues, talk about how much of a good spy Red of the Hoods is for the Montagues. So what does the Capulets do? They go, oh my god, Sir Red of the Hoods is working against us, and we should probably deal with him as soon as possible. And the next day, Sir Red of the Hood winds up behind some random house in a ditch somewhere. So, yeah. Um, I don't feel comfortable being touted and people putting up this false pretenses and this false notion that I am somehow friendly with a group of people who have fucked me over in the past. And I want to dissolve people of this notion that I would ever be friendly with someone who, for 2 months on end, made my life a living hell. Over choosing to deliberately take something I said out of context. The, the fact that people think I would ever be friendly with this individual or be friendly with those people, it's both hilarious and infuriating at the same time. It's hilarious because obviously, why wouldn't it be hilarious? Why would I be friends with these motherfuckers? But then it's also infuriating because these are the same people that are going around now doxing people's businesses, putting people's family members on blast, depriving people of this very basic notion of personal privacy that we are all entitled to. Um, and a lieu of more horrendous things that I'm sure they're responsible for, but I in no way, shape, or form want to be associated with these people. And I 100% would never align myself with someone who, for 2 months, made my life as close to a living hell as it can possibly be. So, I simply want to dissolve people of this notion because what happens when people start putting your name in their mouths, touting you out, talking you up like you're some sort of buddy with them, giving you false praise, which in reality it's just a way to gaslight you. Uh, and you know, part of me thinks that it's really just I'm obviously being gaslit, but then part of me also thinks that there's an off chance that there's a that it's all part of some bigger thing to, talk me up, you know, make people believe that I'm friendly with XYZ in order for psychopaths on the other side of the aisle to fuck with me when in reality I haven't done anything. It's like, oh, I saw when he was live, he was talking big about Red Hood. Red Hood must be friends with him. Let's go fuck with him. Uh, that kind of thing. Bill Evans, hold on, let me look at the chat here. Gabby, Terrence, don't let it get to me. Well, it's getting to me. I'm sorry. And I'm sure, you know, it's. I don't think we're all 17 of us. We're all adults here. When I say the Montagues and Capulets, we all know who I'm referring to. The two sides, and we both know they're both just as bad as the other. And any notion that these motherfuckers get of who's friendly with who, you wind up making a target list for them. And I've had it up to here with people talking my name up, portraying me like I'm some sort of ally to their cause, when in actual fact, I couldn't want to distance myself more from these people if I tried. And it's at the point where I'm just done. I'm done. I'm done. I want nothing to do with one side or the other. Um, Bill Evans. Um, I want nothing to do with anyone. Um, you think, people tell you, oh, you're good on this side, right? You're good. Be on the winning side of history, but in the end, all it garners you is it puts you on some sort of list. I have my own set of opinions and my own set of beliefs that, like, upon going over what my beliefs are, I simply realize I just don't fit in to a T with either. You know, I believe some people have done horrible things, but then I see a lot of punishment not fitting the crime sort of things going on. I see people who really don't deserve certain aspects of torment that other people want to dish out on them. I see people turning a blind eye to certain things when, for other things, oh, pipe up right there. Um, I've about had it. Um, and then this just fucking people talking, having my name in their mouths, talking me up to be like some sort of ally or some sort of sympathizer. All it does is it gets these fucking psychopaths who aren't my friends to only like looking for any excuse to so they'll have it in their minds to, hey, why don't we fuck with him, since he talks about Red Hood so much, he bigs him up like he's this sort of ally or whatever and whatnot. Why don't we go for him, right? That's on the off chance that quote unquote praise and or whatever the fuck it is, if it's not gaslighting, I don't know what the fuck it is. On the off chance that it's genuine, it does me no good and is of little use to me. Because being praised by borderline criminals isn't really a good thing. Neither is being praised by psychopaths. So, no. I want to firmly dissolve anyone of that notion, and I want to firmly dissolve everyone of this notion that I would ever chum it up and be friendly with individuals who fucking made my life for 2 months a living hell. And then people wonder, oh, you're doxing, is doxing this? Yeah, there's a reason why I'm vehemently against doxing people. Because it was done to me. And I don't give a shit who you are. When it goes beyond, when the possibility of, say, your family members being roped in without any good reason on the face of the earth, like, please, turn over stones. Fucking move mountains to find me a good reason that validates the necessity to bring innocent family members into your internet bullshit. Please, I'm begging you. I am begging you. Because thus far I've been vastly disappointed with the answers I've gotten. Please. What justifies that? So no. Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of what I wanted to say and what I wanted to get out to people is that I am beholden to no one. I am this this other thing too. If someone denies me access to a server, I can't get in said server. I am not some hacker to end all hackers. I'm not a hacker. My expertise isn't within the realm of computers. Sure, I know my way around a computer and all, and given a few research, I can fix some issues on my own computer as I've been doing. But then people want to chum me up to be like, oh, you'll find the hidden chamber of secrets on XYZ's server. Just because I like video games, I'm like, in what world does that make any sort of sense? I mean, on one side you have the people praising me for that kind of thing are borderline criminals and people who I don't want to be associated with. And on the other side of that equation, you have a pussy who pulled up to someone else's house, started squaring up, and then got bitched out, and now is pressing charges for getting walloped in the face for twice with that two piece. So you see, it's a lose lose situation. Nah, I'm not. Yeah, it's just this is the last time I will ever address this, and I want to be as blunt as possible. You know, the shit that's being done to get at other people right now more than ever borders on psychopathic, manipulative, and obsessive on both sides. And the last thing anyone wants is weaponized praise. That's what I wanted to call it this whole time, and the phrase just popped up in my brain. Weaponized praise, praise that serves only to gain scorn from people on the other side. When in actual fact, I stick to myself. A, want to be left alone. B, and C, want no association with either of you motherfuckers. any of you. So quickly dissolve all of you of the notion that I want any association with anyone. People talk all this shit about me, uh, kid this, kid that. I'm working now. I fucking the whole point of being a youth and going out into the world is finding a job, right? I'm doing that. And on top of that, I want to do other things too with my channel, with other things too. I want to pursue other things. Shit has to change somewhere, somewhen. Someone isn't a word. Things has to change. And trust me when I say. Trust me when I say. The time that I can dedicate to dissolving people of stupid notions is wearing thin. Very, very thin. The time that I can dedicate to ridding people of stupid notions that should be able to be dissolved on your own, quite frankly, um, is wearing very thin. Um, so yeah, my patience has just run out. Um, I'm not on this boat of endangering people. I'm not on this boat of, hey, if it's done to me, let me do it back. Cause sure, if I do it back, I'll feel good for like what, 5 minutes afterwards, and then what? What follows that? I just wind up feeling worse. Doesn't gratify me in any sort of way. So fuck that. Um, and I fucking shit. I mean, people told me not. I mean, I don't give a fuck. At this point, me, I don't give a fuck. You know, the time I have for myself, I am expecting it to be dwindled because of life. The funny thing called life. It kind of slices the time you have for yourself in half. Um, and that sounds daunting, right? Because like, oh, everyone wants time for themselves, but it serves the purpose of, you know, finding your feet. Haha, see what I did there? In this new world, finding new jobs, meeting new people, or whatever the fuck it is that people still do. Uh, it's I guess it's my turn out there, and the time I have left for myself, I want to do other things with that time. Uh, it's always been a dream of mine to, not a dream. It's always something I've wanted to do to make, you know, something I could be proud of. Um, and it's something that's gonna require a certain level of, coming to terms with what's real and what's not. Uh, Focusing on what I can do rather than dwelling on what I can't. And new questions are going to be asked of me as I go through this. New things I'm going to have to deal with, new problems I'm going to have to solve. Uh, and this is all just to say that my time and availability to sit here and dissolve people of stupid, asinine notions is on the verge of being gone completely. Wearing very, very thin. Like floss thin. So, yeah. And plus, what kind of moron would willingly associate themselves with people who outwardly and proudly endanger others? Um, and what I've noticed, I mean, people are too scared to say this, but I don't give a shit. What I've noticed is that certain people are just out here just to fuck with people. To the point where it's very apparent that what they're after takes up 99.9% of their lives. To where it's apparent that if the X factor goes away, their life loses its purpose. I mean that in the most literal way you can imagine. Think about it. A life dedicating itself to destroying someone else's life, and anyone and anything stopping said person from achieving that goal of destroying other people, upon realization that we're not going to be able to ruin someone else's life, life's not worth living anymore. Trust me when I say I have proof and I have seen with my own eyes the very embodiment of that notion. Life not being worth living anymore unless it's being lived in an attempt to destroy someone else. Trust me when I say I have seen it. I have seen it spelt out. And these people wanna chalk me up as some sort of friend? Nah, son. Miss me with that bullshit. Miss me with that bullshit. Um, that's what I call psychopathic. Living living to make sure others can't live. Finding fruit in your life at the expense of other people's lives. And in no way, shape, or form is that what I want to be associated with. So, anyone trying to spin that notion can kindly fuck off. Um, I want nothing. I want nothing with you. Um, I want nothing with you, just like I want nothing with the people you're trying to destroy. Whether they deserve to be destroyed or not, it's not for me to say anymore. I'm not the one pretending to be judge, jury, and executioner here. Um, that title has been taken ever so proudly by other people who think they can do the judge, jury, and executioner thing far better than I can. Cleansing. No, 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 you misread me. You misread me and who I am. I think what I'm trying to say is, you know how they say the enemy of your enemy is often your friend? Sometimes the enemy of your enemy is just another enemy. And let's reword that, cuz enemy on the internet is fucking silly. Someone you want to avoid has someone else that they avoid. Doesn't make you friends. Sometimes that person is just someone else you want to avoid. I mean, in layman's terms, if you want to go with the enemy route, fine. The enemy of my enemy isn't always your friend. The enemy of your enemy is sometimes another enemy that you would do well in steering clear of. Um, so, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I disappoint people with what I'm saying. I'm sorry if what I'm saying doesn't align with a certain narrative that is being put up here of who's good and who's evil. Um, it's not for me to judge. Well, that's a lie. That's a lie. Because we all know we all do our fair share of judging. You know, it's people to the degree that it's not for me to. It's for me to make fun of. It's for me to point out. It's for me to, you know, if you want to have a conversation about that subject matter, I will, without a doubt, tell you how I feel about certain people. But then, taking it a step further, having a say in what goes on with your life, doing my best to derail your life. Quite frankly, no one here matters that much to me. No one matters that much to me. And in reality, unless they're paying you, cooking for you, or having sex with you at night, if those individuals don't fit in either category A, B, or C, it shouldn't matter. So, yeah. Um, so yeah, that's basically what I wanted to do. Um, just dissolve people of this notion that I'm buddy buddy with Group A or Group B or whoever the fuck. Um, uh, Morning sex doesn't count. I mean, if you have someone to do it with, then by all means, go for it. Jesus. Um, yeah. I won't be roped into dangerous, borderline criminal things. Um, Criminal endeavors. I won't be roped into that. Um, Trust me when I say I learned the hard way to fucking never get roped into that kind of shit ever again. So, this is all just to say pretty much that, yeah, my time is gradually getting more and more limited, and the free time that I do have, I want to spend doing something else. And who knows? Maybe I may have the opportunity to multitask based off of you know, shortcuts that I could take with certain jobs and certain applications and certain levities that are granted to me. Um, the perks of the job, right? Certain shit that I can, you know, do both things at once. Knock two birds out with one stone. Do this, do that. Maybe I could do this on top of that. You know, a bunch of shit. Um, I mean, if it means more money, then I'm all ears. I'm all ears. Um, but yeah, the I want to use my time for something other than dissolving idiots of absolutely asinine notions. Uh, so yeah, I'm an older watcher long ago. Whatever you said, internet friends are not your friends unless you actually meet. It's one thing. It's all subjective. You know, no one can gauge whether or not you. It all comes down to you and me and everyone else. You, me, everyone. It all comes down to us. How we gauge who we're friends with. Me personally, if I were friends with someone who brings me trouble, um, I'd question. I'd be like, hey, you know, there's no denying you bring me trouble. So either fix your shit, I'll help you, or we're done. That's just me. Other people can be different. No two people are the same. We don't need to have the same basis of whether or not we fucking have the same basis of checklisting off our friends or our associates or whatever. There you go. There you go, Laura. Um, it's just see that I think that comes from trusting yourself because there's always like I still don't trust myself 100% of the time. Usually, I'd have to seek counsel with someone older than me or with more years, wiser, someone who's lent me advice in the past, and I'd have to take it because at in my early 20s, still don't trust myself completely. That's an issue I have to work through. Um, but there are times where I have to seek the advice of other people, and to be honest, I kind of hate it. It sucks not being able to trust myself, but then I came to that very realization because of the amount of times I've been fucked with and fucked over by going ahead, trusting myself to do something, and in the end wind up paying for it up the ass. So that's why I don't trust myself completely just yet. Um, Luckily, I have people that I can go to for shit like that. But then, back to this whole friends thing. If you trust yourself 100% and you have that trust in each other, then fucking more power to you. Of course. But yeah, yeah, and those kinds of comments are precisely what I'm talking about. You know, you have a psychopath on that side flaunting around his money, uh, talking about how big and bad he is from the bedside, being bedridden and fucking talking about how big and bad he is. Um, I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know who the fuck these people are. For all I know, he could be fucking like the guy from what the fuck is his name? How could I forget his name? Blofeld. All right, trivia. It's trivia. Roger Moore, James Bond didn't go up against Blofeld. Ernst Stavro Blofeld. He didn't go up against Blofeld in For Your Eyes Only. They had some bald guy in a wheelchair with a white cat that was totally and utterly Blofeld, but it wasn't Blofeld. They couldn't name him Blofeld because apparently the legal rights to the character, whatever the fuck. The point is, it was Blofeld without being Blofeld, right? So in that movie, it was like he showed up at the first 15 minutes of the movie, pretty much, and Blofeld was in a chair, a literal wheelchair, and he had this little remote control thingy in which he started hacking into James Bond's helicopter and shit, and he started wanting to make it crash, but he was like making it go crazy in the middle of the sky, right? Who fucking knows what that guy is? I mean, Smirk the Troll, he's over there saying comments like that. Meanwhile, this motherfucker over there, he could be bedridden all he wants. And who fucking knows? I don't know. I don't know. I could sit here and make fun of him all I want. But who fucking knows? He could be bedridden all he wants and he could fucking have the power to fucking smush my life into oblivion. I don't know. I don't know what these people. Got a fucking twat who goes around doxing people, thinks it's funny, uh, and then cries when it happens to him. I mean, like, you fucking did it. Uh, it's just people playing this blame game. Oh, you did it first. You did it first. To a point where it gets congested, where you can't pinpoint who did it first. You can't pinpoint who did it first because it's gotten congested to the point where it's impossible to to know who did it first and who did it last and who did like it shouldn't matter who started it. Finish it. I guess that's just some rules that people don't like to live by or whatever the fuck. But yeah, I know, Terrence. I know. And that is advice that I will gladly take. I'm not even gonna front. Some boomer wisdom. I don't trust myself fully, Andrea. I don't. That's why I need help. I need help from people who know more, people who've been there. And God knows I want to get to the point where I have full confidence in myself. And in the end, even if I still fuck up, I'll have enough wits about me to fucking say, fuck you, okay, I made my choice. I won't cry about it anymore. So, I mean, hey. But, yeah, so, yeah, the point is pretty much, shit's ramping up. Um, there's things that I've been wanting to do with my channel that for some reason or another I've just haven't gotten the balls to do, or too afraid to lose subscribers over, because for whatever fucking reason I've just hindered myself. But that's quickly it's gone. That notion is gone. That's why I changed my name, and I'm keeping up my banner for maybe a month or two so people can find me. But eventually that banner's gonna change. Um, it's yeah, it's no point in putting off what I want to do. Um, because when I die, it's not like a video game. I don't get redos. So yeah, I can't keep putting this off. I just can't. So it's I can't keep putting this off. I can't. Um, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know, Terrence. It doesn't. I'm looking at your comment above, Terrence. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, me personally, fucking, how many celebrities fucking stick a gun in their mouths and pull the trigger, with all the money in the world, still unhappy. I mean, that just shows. I mean, you can think. Look at me. I'm over here talking about how to make X amount of money doing X amount of jobs, or whatever the fuck. More money, more cha-ching. But funny story. FIFA, the video game FIFA. That's obviously soccer, right? A few years ago, FIFA had a story mode, and the story mode spanned for 3 years, and it was about a kid who made it to a big time English club. You could play for who you ever wanted to play with. I played with Manchester City. Um, and then by the second game, he moved on to bigger clubs, Germany, XYZ. And then by the third game, he had managed to go to Real Madrid. But by then, in the game story, he had gotten caught up in all this the luxury, the money, the promo shoots, the shit that obviously comes with being a fucking superstar. To the point where he pretty much pushed everyone else away, and he basically forgot where he came from. At the beginning, he was just another kid in some rundown town in England, and now he's the king of the world in Spain, playing for the best team in the world. And in the end, had it not been for the people in his life, he would have forgotten what brought him this far. So again, my word isn't the gospel truth, but all you have to do is take a look at the amount of people with disgusting amounts of money that wind up cutting their stay on life a bit short, because in the end it just didn't supply them with the life energy that they needed. Um, so you could um, you could say I'm full of shit. You could say I'm right. Really give. But that's just the way I see it. You could have a lot of money and be the happiest person in the world, or as people I've seen plenty of examples of, you could have fucking you can bathe in swimming pools of money and be fucking miserable. So those are just my 2 cents that I have to my name right now on that subject. Um, yeah, and I want no. It's not my job anymore, or it never was my job to figure out. Um, it's the people. It's the job of the quote unquote freedom fighters. And when I say freedom fighters, it's the people who have taken it upon themselves to bask in righteousness and you know do what they call cleansing, when in reality all they're doing is roping people into their bullshit. People who haven't done who I get it. There's people who have done shit, but then other people that are currently paying for it haven't done a thing. Yet simply because they spoke the wrong amount of words out of turn in the wrong direction, they're getting ass fucked. So yeah. Yeah, and yeah, I happen to know the guy who dubbed you that. Um God, that was embarrassing. I'm so sorry for that. All right, good night, Bill Evans. I'm so sorry, Bill Evans. Fucking hear me rant. I am so sorry. I forgot to read the chat. Good night, Bill Evans. It's always a pleasure to have you by. Um, yeah, yeah. Be safe, y'all. Mr. Bill. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry, man. I hope you see that. I hope you see this later. This is gonna stay up because I'm leaving it up. Fortunately, some people are just miserable in life. They want to share their misery with others around them. Terrence, I have believe me, don't believe me, I don't care. I have read the embodiment of those words with my own 2 eyes. This notion of my life no longer has any meaning if I can't ruin this other person's life. I have read those words. Don't ask me where, don't ask me how, but I've read them. My life will lose meaning if I can no longer ruin someone else's life. That's all I'll say about that. Um, oh, rude. Yeah, and that's precisely why I'm doing this, because people want to sit there and spoon feed people this very lighthearted notion, as lighthearted as they think it is, that I'm somehow friendly and a sympathizer with the cause, the quote unquote cause, the mission, and that couldn't be farther from the truth. I want nothing to do with these people on this side. I want nothing to do with the people on the other side. I want people that are here, the people that are here right now. There's 23 people in here. There's a few people who are chatting away. They're just lurking, which hi. I see you, but I don't see you. Um, whatever. Um, people here are the people I want, and it would be it'd be a privilege of mine if y'all were to stick around as I just transition this channel into the shit that I want to do. It'd be my privilege to have you here with me. It'd be my honor because I understand that there are people here who have been with me for the longest time, and as much as I want to as much as I want to convince myself that these people don't matter, um fucking you have people over here like where was that comment? Where was that comment? Here, Aussie Pete, an older watcher, years back. How long have I been here? Years back. That have been with me for a good amount of time. And it's those kinds of people, and the new ones, that I would be privileged to have stick around. Alright, good night. Thanks for stopping by. Seriously. Thank you. And this is basically what I'm doing right now. If it falls flat on its face, it's whatever. I can't go on pretending like the bullshit that's being spun, or just the shit that's being sort of implied is true, and it's just not. I'm on no one's side. I am sympathetic to no one. Uh, um, Less sympathetic, I think these people are, and I'm starting to think that they're all just pathetic. If Wishmanish was in here, he'd approve his message. I'd fucking cut my dick off to have Wishmanish here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that. For anyone who was a little alarmed by that sort of language, but I would. I'm not gonna say it again. Y'all heard what I said. To have Wishmanish here on this stream, I would do that. Um. I guarantee you someone's gonna go tell Wishmanish that, so oh, I'm gonna cut my dick off if you come. We're all older. Oh my god. Remember you had that random soccer stream that had over 1,000 viewers? Yeah, that's to be honest, I'm actually kind of proud of that. To be completely honest, because I was covering something live that I genuinely found interesting. Something having to do with soccer. It was about Cristiano Ronaldo. It was live. I had over 1,000 live viewers. There was engagement in the chat. People were talking about things that I fucking can speak about for ages and ages on end. There was engagement in the chat. And I was covering something which I love. I love To the Moon and Back. And I got near, I don't even know if did I cross 1,000 live viewers? Or was it just there? Because I remember it being well over 800 live viewers. And then during commercial breaks, it just dropped down to 500 live viewers. And then when the interview came back up again and I started speaking my thoughts about it, it went back up to like 800, 900 viewers. And I, it was, uh, you could talk shit about that all you want. I mean, or I don't, not to you, not to you, Arby's, not to you, but people who want to, fucking make fun of me for them, like whatever, uh, I loved it. Cristiano Ronaldo was being a bit of a diva. He was doing an interview with Piers Morgan, probably one of the worst people to ever do an interview with. I respect the guy on a basic level, but his journalism is just shite. Um, his politics are I agree with, but his journalism and his integrity, it's like fucking skewed. Um, like imagine going on live television to trash your boss. You're unhappy at work, right? And someone comes up to you and say, "Hey, why don't you come on my podcast, being heard all across the nation and all around the world, and talk about how much of a dick your boss is to you?" And Cristiano Ronaldo was like, "Fucking sign me up. Where do I sign up?" And I covered it, and I got thousands, near. I don't remember how many live viewers I had, but apparently I had close to 1,000 live viewers. And I don't know if that wasn't a flash of what I want to happen on a daily or on a regular basis, then I don't know what is. And that's something I genuinely hope to replicate because I talked about something I love talking about, and people are there to watch it. So, and he's here. He's here. I guess I'm gonna cut my dick off. Goodbye, future generation. Uh, oh god, fucking Chris LaRoche, you've cost me my generation. Uh, oh my god. I surpassed 1,000. Shit. And what resonates with me more is that was part two. Part one, I had an average amount of viewers, much like I have on the stream like 26, 30 viewers. I had an average amount of viewers. Part one of the interview I covered not so live. I covered it a few hours after it aired, but it still got quite a few views, more than average. But then part two, I took another crack at it because part two of the interview came out the next day, and so I'm like, hey, let me try this again. I tried it again, and wow, I was blown away by what wound up happening on that stream. It was insane, at least for a short while. Yeah, but then it was back to like 700 live viewers, 800 live viewers. What are we doing right here? We're dissolving people of the stupid notion that I'm sympathetic to their moral crusade. Uh, that's what we are dissolving people of. Yeah, the timing couldn't have been more perfect. Um, it just showed me what was possible. And I went for it. Wishmanish of the millions and millions. The American European soccer fan. Yeah, one of my dreams is to. I don't know whether to visit Spain first or England. Spain or England. Um, let's do a poll here. Let's get a sense of where my let's get some interaction in here. It's 3:30 in the morning. Let's get some interaction in here. Let's do a poll, shall we? Where should red food go first? Spain or England? And if you want, type in why. And it doesn't even have to be soccer related, just why. Those two places on its own is just beautiful places, but I've never been. I've only had the opportunity to see them via pictures and shit. So start poll. Spain or England, people vote. I got a text waking me up just for you. I wonder who sent that text. Yeah, you really did, LaRoche. You really did. He's becoming Swedish, Switzerland. We made a wish and it came true. Make a wish. Oh my god. Spain, England, Spain, Spain. Definitely not England. How come, Tommy boy? How come? Wait, let me look at the poll. Let's see how it's doing. Spain's winning. Not too many people like England. Holy shit. With 9 votes, and I have 20 something people watching. People, keep voting. People, keep voting. Spain. Spain or England? So far, Spain's winning, and it looked like Spain's going to be the winner. I am the captain now. Drop the link so Wish can go on panel. I don't think Wish is going to come up on panel. If he does, I'll fucking reattach my dick and cut it off again. Why do I keep saying that? Jesus. Wrexham. Oh my god, dude. Fucking Wrexham. You know, I always love it. I always love it when two of the things I love most come together. Fucking Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds, amazing actor, plays Deadpool, one of my favorite characters. And he goes ahead and buys Wrexham. And he invests enough money so they can buy certain players, certain profile players, that they win promotion to the 4th division of English football. It's so fucking amazing. Fucking Ryan Reynolds. Chicago, oh my god. If I go to Chicago, I'm never getting out. My dream has always been to go to England. Yeah, I'd go to England, but Spain would be much nicer geographically. Yeah, too. Although in Spain, hold on. Let me talk to you guys about Spain. I think in Spain there's this law where if you go against your own child's affirmations about themselves, um like if your 15-year-old boy says he wants to identify as a 9-year-old girl in Spain, I think you could be put in jail for denying that child the funds necessary to transition, I think. So I'm not sure. I could be wrong. Um Oh, but English girls, oh my god. The puppets. That's my obsession with my dick being cut off. John Wayne Bobbitt. Good Italiano. Calcio. That's how you say soccer in Italian. Italy. Iceland. So this is what I don't get. Why is Iceland full of green prairies, and why is Greenland full of icy tundras? It makes no sense. Italian Med or Bordeaux, France. I've seen pictures of Monaco, France, that are just gorgeous, gorgeous. That's Canada too. Yeah, and Argentina too. Argentina, Canada. Um, you guys know I love Argentina, right? I love Argentina, but that's just crazy. You can lose your kids over that. And in Canada too, you can completely royally fuck you over. And in Spain too. In Spain too. Seriously. Because my world language teacher, I took a since I'm already a Spanish speaker. I took a shortcut, and so so you know how a year is split up into 2 semesters, right? So traditionally, what they do is force you to take 1 semester of a level one. So you have to take an entire year's worth of language courses, right? But what they do is they take, let's say you're taking French, right? French level one, French level one in the spring semester, and French level two in the no French level one in the fall semester, and French level two in the spring semester. What I did was there's a caveat in that rule that says if you want to start at an intermediate or advanced level Spanish or world language course, you only have to do 1 semester. So I started with an advanced level Spanish course. And the guy who was my teacher, he was Spanish but straight up from Spain. And when I saw his like accreditations, when they hand out the syllabus and they give out, what this guy's involved with, I was like, "Oh shit, he's one of those." Um he was I'm not going to lie and say that he kind of invoked that kind of shit into the lessons, which he didn't at all. But then I remember there was this one module we did where one of the one of the exercises I was doing to fill in like a suffix or a prefix, right? I don't remember exactly what it was. I I put in the answer that I knew was right, and they told me it was wrong, and I was like, how can it be wrong? I even double checked with my own mother. I got my own mother to come in, and I was like, yeah, that's right. Like, how could it be wrong? It's not wrong. And then the explanation they gave, or he gave, is, oh, it's for gender, for people that don't have genders. And we both read it together, me and my mom. We both read it together, and we were like, fuck my life. So you took you took away 5 points over this? Are you shitting me right now? I mean, like, I'm over here typing in the answer. I'm like, why the fuck is it not correct? I know it's correct. It's like, oh, apparently we're reinventing the Spanish language now. But hey, that's just fucking, it's insane. Go to Northern Ireland and visit Kodiak. I'm not in a hurry to do that. Not at the moment. Uh, just fucking stop with the silly stuff. One of the detour colonists away from Iceland to Greenland. That's why. Oh shit! The pyramids of Egypt start in Sicily, Greece up, Western Italy, all the way up to Paris, England, Northern Ireland, Ireland, Iceland, Greenland, finish in Scotland. Yes, my name is William Wallace. I heard William Wallace can shoot fireballs from his mouth and lightning bolts from his arse. Okay, I could definitely get down in Iceland. Anyone who wants to come to a shitty city in Canada, I have an extra room we can stay at. Well, I'm on my way to Canada. I want to hire a geologist to find family and then go. I was about to say what? You're like geologist, genealogist. To find family. I guarantee you, there are no family members that I don't know of. Because I am an Indian motherfucker. I am Indian to like fuck in Spanish. It's like we're fucking Indios, right? Descendants from the Indian settlers, and the fucking what they used as slangs. They called us, Indians or whatever, like the natives. Uh, we are Chicanos through and through. Uh, but if I fucking find somewhere that I have like I don't like either a Japanese descendant or somewhere from some fucking other bizarre part of the country. Holy shit. That'd be whoa. Just want to visit Tommy Boy. Oh my god. There's 50 genders. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, I don't even have children, but I know what I would do if someone tried to fucking tell me what to do with my child. That's on site, bruh. On site. Walter Mitty. Walter Mitty. Oh my god, Walter. I identify as a machete. Nice. Um, but yeah, it just so back to the whole Spanish thing. It boggled my mind. Me and my mom were like our jaws dropped to the floor. We were like, "What the fuck?" And I was pissed too, because so far I had gotten 100 on every single freaking assignment, and that broke my streak. Now I have like a 97. Fuck! And all because some motherfuckers trying to reinvent the Spanish language. Really gay movie? I know a really gay movie. There's this really gay movie that's called Blue is the Warmest Color, and it's actually a decent movie. Um, and it's super gay too. And hey, I thought it was nice. Blue is the warmest color. The story's nice, but I warn you, it's a French film, and it's like older, more mature audiences might be able to handle it, but then hormonal male, you know, coming into adulthood like me, might have a different takeaway from that film. Just being real here. Um, uh, yeah, borderline softcore porn. Yeah. Uh, bow. Unfortunately, my next my next trip will be to Chicago. And oh my god. Well, everyone, you know how we like to say lighters up. Well, lighters up for Laura P. Um, because we all know once you go into Chicago, you don't come out. Chirac. Yeah. See, about this, so you can literally make a good movie with um literally you can have your phone. They make it so like, people that are iPhone junkies, I'm personally not an iPhone junkie. Um I'm personally not an iPhone junkie, but the people who have iPhones, the cameras on those iPhones make it so that you can use that small little camera to make a nice looking movie with just the power of your phone, where you can tap the screen and it autofocuses and you could get shallow depth of field and you could change the focal length. It's all in your fingertips. And it's for dummies too. So even if a dummy's like, oh, how do I recreate that effect? Oh, you press on the background and the foreground's gonna blur automatically for you because like the built-in sensors are gonna do it for you. Do I like Spanish or Greek? Spanish. Um, I don't know Greek. I tried learning Greek back when I was in my Percy Jackson phase, but that didn't go anywhere. I think you know my Percy Jackson phase involved less me trying to learn Greek and more me, holding my breath underwater for like a minute or 2 minutes straight just to prove that I'm the son of Poseidon. So I like boobies. What does that mean? Mediterranean food is the best. Arby's, so when I see that movie about to watch, sounds pretty amazing. I like olives. Um, Greek food sucks. Andrea D. There's a part where he longboards the mountain in Iceland at Mach 10. She has been engraved in my mind. Oh my god. Someone did that at Mach 10? What the hell? Can you survive Mach 10? Do you have any idea how fast Mach 10 is? All right. Thanks for stopping by, Laura P. Really appreciate it. Oh, he was going real. I was about to say, like, do you have any idea how fast Mach 10 is? I was about to say, that is, Like, do you have any idea how fast that is? How fast is Mach? Let's trivia here. How fast is Mach 10? So okay, so fun fact. So in Top Gun Maverick, at the beginning of the movie, he tests out like a supersonic jet, and he goes at Mach 10. But at Mach 10, the hull starts to heat up, extremely hot. The hull heats up. His chest starts to cave in. He starts going blank, and he starts passing out for a bit at Mach 10. That's how fast. Keep in mind, if you're going Mach 10 unprotected, then you're done. This guy had a built-in protective suit. He had a mask on to facilitate airflow, and he had a hull that was very, very, very heat resistant, and it was built specifically to go that fast. So, that's what happens to the human body while being protected at Mach 10. Your chest starts to cave in slowly, and your head basically starts to, basically, it's not fun. It's not pleasant. What's the, how, what's the fastest a human has traveled? Fastest speed achieved by a human was the Apollo 10. Uh, was the maximum G-force a human can withstand. Most of us can withstand 4 to 6 Gs. Fighter pilots can manage about 9 Gs for a second or two. But sustained G forces of even 6 Gs would be fatal. Holy crap. That's fucking fast, dude. I don't think any human's ever gonna go that fast. Hold on, most G's a human has survived. Alright, here's the kicker. Apparently, the highest recorded G-force ever survived was 214 Gs, more than 8 times lethal levels. By some fucking miracle, whoever experienced that survived. And then this other motherfucker survived 42 Gs, uh, for a few seconds. let me look it up. Holy shit. Oh, Eloy. Oh, Eloy, gosh. Is that Bray Wyatt? Oh my god. Rest in peace, my guy. Good morning. Rest in peace, Bray Wyatt, man. I'm gonna keep my opinions about fucking the cause of death to myself because I'll get myself deplatformed off this fucking website faster than you can say Alohomora. But Jesus. I think no, hold on. I think the most G's survived by a person was I think it was like a Formula One race where fucking like this car crashed and did like 8 flips in under like 2 seconds, and by some miracle the person survived. Um, by some fucking miracle they survived. But oh my god, Bray Wyatt, man. Yeah, that was sad. That was really really sad. Um, Bray Wyatt was I don't know, man. I really 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 liked Bray Wyatt. You know what I wanted him to do? I wanted him to. So when Cody Rhodes beat Brock um at the recent pay-per-view at SummerSlam, right? When Cody beat Brock, what I really wanted to happen was for the lights to go out and then for the Fiend, like the Fiend to be back, and then Cody out of nowhere he just puts in a mandible claw. Oh, so he was a wrestler who passed away recently. It took everyone by shock because um no one expected him to die. So he was a wrestler. No, no, it came completely out of left field, completely and utterly out of left field, and um, that's why people are fucking they question what it was that happened because it wasn't pretty, but yeah, he was only like 36. And apparently he was about to come back too because he had been away. Apparently he was sick with something. I don't know what he was sick with, but he was sick with something. He hadn't been medically cleared, and he was about to come back, but it just wasn't to be apparently. But hey, that's just another grisly reminder, if I may say so myself. That's just another grisly reminder to not take anything for granted. To fucking cherish the shit you have around you. Um, to pay attention to the things that actually matter in life. Um, because shit can change. I say this, shit can change just like that in a second. Shit can change in a split second, and it'll hit you like a truck. Um, so the only takeaway I got from that is fucking just pay more attention and give more credit to things that I usually just take for granted. Maybe just hug my mother a little tighter and just maybe I don't know. Have I watched Heels on? I've heard nothing but good things about it. It also has an actor that I'm really really fond of, Stephen Amell. I really love Stephen Amell. He's my boy, the Arrow. Uh, he played Oliver Queen in the Arrow show. Fucking love that guy, Stephen Amell. That's probably the only reason why I'd watch it. Because Stephen Amell is in it. I think the modern day shocking celeb death was Kobe Bryant. Yeah. Zippity doo dah! You have failed the bread catching community. Chris Hansen, you have failed this city. I did. And some deaths kind of hit harder than others, depending obviously. Because take soccer for instance, when Pele died, at like 90 something years old, my dad was a bit sad. He was like, "Oh shit, he died." And everyone was a bit sad. Pele. Pele is fucking the king of soccer. Um, he's less known for the clubs he played for, and more known for his appearances with Brazil, where he just scored goal after goal after goal after goal after goal after goal. Um, so when he died, it was obviously a sad day. But then fucking um what do you call it? Uh when Diego Maradona died, my dad was like, "Fuck that guy." He didn't care. He didn't give a shit. Like, "Fuck that guy." And not because he had, played for the wrong team or played for a team that he hated or whatever the fuck, right? Is because I think he did some bullshit. He was a bit of a scumbag. Um, Diego Maradona, he did a whole bunch of drugs. Um, said a lot of fucked up shit. Um, and he was like, "Oh, fuck that guy. I don't give a shit." The first two seasons of Arrow were badass. Eloy, Arrow season 5 has to be one of the best seasons of television I've ever watched. Arrow season 3, 4 are forgettable. Arrow season 5 is fucking ridiculously good. The main bad guy for that season, whoa. And then season 6 was okay. Season 7 was okay. And then season 8 was also kind of eh. It was always an okay show. You know, it was always okay. The worst season by far was season 4. because I don't know. They made him go up against this guy who had like magic powers. I'm like, how the fuck is this guy with no powers gonna go up against fucking this guy who can fucking he's basically a fucking sorcerer. Like, how the fuck are you gonna go up against that guy? Like, what the fuck? It didn't get redundant because season 4 was garbage, and then season 5 is the one I keep praising. Season 5, wow. Wow, it was a breath of fresh air. A breath of fresh air. Um, Season 5 was really, really good. Okay, so The Flash. Season 1, fucking beautiful. Season 2 was amazing. Season 3, back then, I would have been like, it's kind of garbage. But given how horrible the other seasons were, season 3 is Oscar worthy compared to the last few seasons of The Flash. Season 3 is Oscar worthy. I don't give a shit. Plus I think Savitar's kind of cool. Season 4, I like. I don't give a shit what other people say. I like season 4. Uh, Season 5 was eh. Season 6 was god awful. Season 7 was god awful. Season 8 was god awful. And season 9 was god awful right up until they somewhat salvaged it with the Eddie Thawne storyline. You bring back Eddie, the fan favorite character. He was like, bring back Eddie, bring back Eddie, bring back Eddie. And then you bring him back. Fucking for him. Oh my god. It's just so aggravating. That show is aggravating. But I'm not someone who just stops watching the show. Your show has to be unsalvageably bad for me to just straight up stop watching it. Like, I started watching Riverdale, like that Archie comics show, Archie, Betty, Veronica, Jughead. Um, I started watching Riverdale, season 1, 2, 3, and the beginning of 4, and then I checked out. And when I checked back in, because Riverdale just aired its finale, um, I was like, what did I miss? Oh, you missed the part where the whodunit crime teen, angsty teen thriller TV show became a show about superpowers, alternate timelines, reality warping, witches. Like, what the fuck? It's like, when did Riverdale become a superhero show? I'm like, what the fuck happened? What the fuck? Um, so I checked out because it was horrible. That show was horrible. I checked out after season 4. I checked out when Luke Perry died. Anyone remember Luke Perry? When he died of I think it was like a heart attack. A complications was like a heart attack. I checked out after Luke Perry died. Seriously. Um, After he died, I checked out. Luke Perry was Archie's dad in the show, and when Luke Perry died, I checked out. The actor Luke Perry, he played Archie's dad in the show, and when he died, when he was written out of the show, I was like, yeah, fuck, I'm out, I'm out, I'm not done, I'm out. House of the Dragon, House of the Dragon. I I literally I literally started shitting bricks when I found out House of the Dragon was as good as it was. Because my god, is that show fucking good. Because I was so disappointed with how Game of Thrones ended. God, that show was the most aggravating show in the world, dude. Seriously. Oh my god, I just want to break something. Seriously, I want to break something right now. I literally want to punch a hole through the screen right now when I think about how fucking aggravating Game of Thrones makes me. Oh my god. Jaime Lannister should have killed Cersei. Uh, at the end of this, you should have dealt with Cersei first. You could have round one be at Winterfell. You guys get slaughtered. You escape. You retreat back to King's Landing and have the final battle of the show be the White Walkers and the United Realms of Westeros defending King's Landing. King's Landing, not Winterfell. Defending King's Landing, where the Iron Throne is. Defend King's Landing, the United Realms, all armies of men against the White Walkers. And for God's sake, have Jon Snow fight the Night King, please. In a 1v1 fight. Can I just have that, please? Can I just have Jon Snow fight the Night King? He doesn't even have to win. Hell, he could die. Just have him fight the Night King. Just have him have a 1v1 fight. And keep Clegane Bowl. Keep the Hound versus the Mountain. Keep that. You can completely get rid of the whole, oh, Daenerys forgot about the bolts of the Greyjoy ships. Daenerys kind of forgot about the fact that the Greyjoys had bolts that were capable of piercing dragon hides and get fucking Rhaegal stabbed through the fucking neck. And there goes one more of your fucking dragons, you dumb. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I gotta stop. I gotta stop. I gotta stop. I gotta stop. Ooh, I gotta stop. I've never wanted to choke someone as much as I want to choke David Benioff and DB Weiss. I swear, like, motherfucker, what did you do? But I shat. Okay, so on to happier things. I shat myself when I found out how good House of the Dragon was. Fucking Matt Smith, dude. Matt Smith as Daemon. Matt Smith is an actor who I feel bad for because he just can't catch a break. He keeps getting shitty role after shitty role after shitty role. It just he can't catch a break. He got given the shitty Terminator role. He got given the shitty Morbius role. And now he finally has something to fucking be fucking proud of. And that's House of the Dragon. So fucking good. So fucking good. And the best part is, you know what the best part is? The book that it's based off of is finished. Let me say that again. The book that House of the Dragon is based off of is finished. That way there is established works to be followed. That way the showrunners don't have to make shit up halfway through the 5th fucking season. The best Ra's al Ghul was Liam Neeson. Yes. Yes, absolutely. You know what I think? I think the Ra's al Ghul that they used in Arrow had like a hand deformity. Because he always kept his right hand. He always kept one of his hands behind his back. you could not see one of his hands. Either I'm reading too much into that, or it could just be I'm reading too much into that, and the fighting style of Ra's al Ghul was having one hand behind your back at all times, which I don't fucking know what to make of that. That's the most stupidest thing in the world. Because Batman Ra's al Ghul didn't have to use a sword; he just fought with his fists and beat the shit out of Batman. But hey, yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, the actor for Ra's al Ghul. So hold on. In the fight when Oliver Queen fought Ra's al Ghul on top of the glacier, the camera work was so bad in that it picked up the stunt double. Like I would be able to pause it and like good stunt double work is when you can't notice that it's a stunt double. You could fucking see, and what's worse is that the stunt double, whenever the stunt double was there, you could see his other hand, right? You could see his other hand. But then when it was the main actor, his other hand just disappears. It's always behind his back, right? But then when the glaringly obvious stunt double, like, dude, it's like they weren't even trying to hide it. It's like, so the main actor for Ra's al Ghul had like a nice head of hair, right? And then the stunt double they were using had a receding hairline. I was like, I paused it for more than a few frames. You could see that this guy was being the guy was a stunt double, and oh my god, it doesn't help that the stunt double was stockier and more built than the actual actor. So yeah, I noticed that definitely too. Whenever the main actor, he always had one hand behind his back, always, 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 and whenever they used a stunt double, the hand just magically came back for some fucking reason. So I think that the main actor had like a bit of a hand deformity. I think I could be wrong, and I'm hesitant to believe that Ra's al Ghul's fighting style is always keeping one hand behind your back because fucking God knows Ra's al Ghul doesn't fight like that. But hey, did I like The Last of Us? You just reminded me. Hold on, fucking thanks for reminding me. I have to do the last few episodes of The Last of Us. I started reviewing The Last of Us TV show. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a quick fire. I'm gonna do like a 30-minute video where first 5 minutes I'm gonna talk about episode 7. It was a pointless episode. Whatever. Um, episode 7. Episode 8, which was also kind of pointless. And episode 9, which was my favorite episode of the entire thing because it was the most that stayed true to the original game. Ellie gets kidnapped. She almost dies. And then Joel comes in and fucking Rambos his way through the Fireflies. Slaughters everyone. Everyone gets mowed down by Joel. That's the Joel I like. That's the Where was this Joel all season long? Right? Joel fucking mowing people down. Rambo style. Fucking mowing people down on his way to save Ellie. That's the shit I like. That's what I like. And it was my favorite because it was literally scene by scene. It was literally ripped right out of the game. And what more can I ask for? You're literally ripping scenes out of the game and putting them into live action. Which is what I've been begging for since episode 1. Not you're gonna make up some bullshit about how Bill and Frank had like some super passionate gay love affair or lived a quiet, tranquil life in the middle of a fucking zombie apocalypse. Um, or some other bullshit character that you made up for the show, which was completely unnecessary. Uh, no, I wanted shit ripped out of the game and brought into live action, which episode 9 was literally that in a nutshell. So I can't do anything but give it praise. So episode 7 was just episode 7 was the DLC for Last of Us. It was Ellie and her quote unquote girlfriend or whatever the fuck. Episode 8 was basically Joel being half dead for like half the episode and then saving him from like the cult leaders and shit. Um and then episode 9 was the finale, which I'm not gonna, if they come out with the season 2 of this bullshit, I'm not gonna watch. Because The Last of Us 2 has to be one of the worst games I've ever played in my life. If I could go back in time and stop myself from playing The Last of Us 2, I would. I would do it in a heartbeat. Jackie Chan. Oh boy, Jackie Chan. No, I just brought that up because curiously I cannot stop noticing that whenever they used that actor, he always had his hand behind his back. Always. You couldn't see his hand. And then when they swapped him out for the stunt double, his hand magically came back. You know? So I'm like, what the hell? The Nick Cage movie with Pedro Pascal. I didn't see it. I remember wanting to go see it so much, but then I just wound up never seeing it. That was one of the few I just never wound up seeing. Yeah, I like Pedro Pascal, but I mean, I'm not sure if he's good as Joel, but I'm like, here's the thing, because like they took liberties with the game. I'm like, here, I'm saying this me as a Latino guy. They made Joel and Tommy Latino. Bro, Joel and Tommy are Southerners. Texas Southerners. White Texas Southerners. They talk with a bit of an accent. Oh, Ellie, why don't you come over here? Ellie, why don't you come over here? Ellie, tell me. Stop giving me shit over saving your life, Ellie. I did it because I love you. Now you want to give me shit? Fuck you, Ellie. That's how he talks. They're white Southerners, and in the show they changed they changed them. Um, I remember a scene in like the episode 6, right, where they arrive in the, that wasn't in the show either. The whole commune. There's whole communist propaganda. Oh, we're communists. Like, what the fuck? Um, and they were all sitting at the table. Like Joel was like, "Hey, um, like the black woman, right?" He was like, "Oh, hey, can we discuss this between family?" And then Tommy is like, "Oh, she is family." It's like, and then he was looking at her like, "Oh, you married a black?" I'm like, what the-" like, and then and even I think her name was I don't remember what her name is, but the black lady. The black lady looked at Ellie and was like, "Oh, we don't get people that look a lot like you around these parts." I'm like, "What the fuck?" So you mean to tell me Ellie is the only white person in this? Like everyone in the table was racist. Ellie was racist. The black lady was racist. Joel was racist. Tommy was racist. It's just racist central. Everyone was just so fucking racist, and that's what made me fucking laugh. Like everyone was just full of pure racism. So, but Yeah, in the game, Ellie and no Joel and Tommy, his brother, are white Southerners. So I mean, Nick Cage as himself is hilarious. Yeah, fucking I love Nick Cage. And there's a rumor that he's coming back as Ghost Rider for the Deadpool movie. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, yo, I said that too. Yeah, and they changed it from the game because in the game, Bill and Frank hated each other, but they needed to stick together. So they hated each other, and Frank got himself killed because he didn't listen to Bill in going out into town and trying to get like some a power generator or whatever the fuck, and he got himself killed. And then before he died, he was like, "Hey, Bill, I just wanted to say before I die, fuck you, and I'm glad I'm dying here and not in the shithole with you." But some bullshit like that, you know. That was so over the top. It did not need to be that over the top. I mean, it was like a gay paradise. Seriously, it was like nothing wrong. You mean to tell me that in the 20 years you spent surviving, right? In the 20 years you spent surviving, you mean to tell me that only one time did bandits try to fucking come and steal your shit? You mean to tell me that no other night did the zombies come trying to crash through, the raiders, um the fucking government, or what's left of it? You mean to tell me that the fucking government didn't come and try to raid your shit? Are you shitting me? You're telling me that for 20 years you lived a placid life in the middle of the fucking apocalypse? Yeah, no. That was more aggravating than anything than the over the top, overblown, romance shit, right? That's what was irritating. That's what was irritating. Because it fucking it made it gave people a false representation of what it's like to live in the apocalypse. So it wasn't it wasn't fun at all to watch. And like, so yeah, you lived in paradise for 20 plus years, and you mean to tell me that you didn't once get raided by the zombies or by the government? Nah, get the fuck out of here. You're capping, bro. You're capping. You are capping, my guy. Wait, hold on, hang on. What did I just see? James would play a good version of Joel. Oh, yeah, definitely, James. No one needs to see a gay, sexy, two fairy old men for the sake of having it. That shit was not in the game at all. It wasn't. Second Ghost Rider, yes. Yeah, we needed one movie to pick to watch a week and then have a panel review. That's an amazing idea, Zippity. Seriously, that is an amazing idea. In the game, Frank owed Joel a favor, and that's it. Instead, it turned to a gay romantic novel. Yeah, it was completely unnecessary. Um, Rings of Power. I am so sorry, Zippity. We may have to disagree on this one. Rings of Power was not. No, 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 no. You know what Rings of Power did? Rings of Power turned Sauron into a cuck. Rings of Power basically said, "Oh, Galadriel, I want to rule the world with you by my side. Join me." And then as soon as Galadriel says, "No, I'm not gonna bone you," Sauron's like, "Okay, fuck you, I'm gonna destroy the world." That's literally what happens. Literally was like, "Oh, you won't be my queen? Then fuck you, I'm gonna destroy the world." Like, and then at the end of the episode, they made the Rings of Power anyway. I'm like, why would you do what he wants you to do? I'm like, what the fuck? It's like at the end, you know Sauron wanted you to make the Rings of Power, and you do it anyway. What the fuck is wrong with you? Galadriel, you're so dumb. I don't know. Hey, but did you at least watch the original three movies? Those are cinematic masterpieces. Because, Zippity, I will say this. I've seen panels here go up on like 12 hours, borderline 12 hours. 12-hour panels, right? Hear me out. 12-hour panels. In 12 hours, you can watch the extended edition of the original trilogy. First one's around 3 hours, 40 something minutes. Second one's around 3 hours, something minutes. And then the last movie is like 4 hours and 40 something minutes. 4 hours. 4 hours long. Holy crap. I've started them over. Good. Yeah, no, it was garbage. Lord of the Rings show was garbage. Galadriel became a girl boss. Oh my god, my voice cracked. Galadriel's a girl boss instead of being the kind, benevolent, gentle, wise, and very, very powerful elf goddess, pretty much, that she was in the books and in the movies. Um, yeah, I see people give The Hobbit a bad rap. I'm like, bro, I'd rather watch The Hobbit with a smile on my face. I will watch The Hobbit 10 times over. That like you can't pay me to watch Rings of Power again. The only reason I would watch Rings of Power again is to do a review on the show as a whole. That's the only way you would ever get me to watch Rings of Power again. And it's apparently that's what sucks. That's why I'm so fascinated with the workings of Hollywood and shit. Because $500 million was the budget for season one, and you wound up having to hide the ratings because people aren't buying into your show. Like Amazon's just taking L after L, bro. L. I mean, see, Amazon. So this is the funny thing about Amazon, right? They do good shit like The Boys, Tomorrow War with Chris Pratt. They do Terminal List with Chris Pratt. I love Chris Pratt. And they do Reacher with Alan Richardson. Reacher It's fucking season 2 of Reacher can't come fast enough, and season 2 of Terminalist can't come fast enough. Um, and then The Boys season 4 cannot come fast enough. So yeah, and coincidentally, Reacher and Terminalist are the shows that get canned for being toxic masculinity. Oh, toxic masculinity. Oh my god. Oh, toxic masculinity. Oh, Jack Reacher. Oh, he's a womanizer. Oh, because the officer chick got naked and joined him in the shower for some, some scootily pooping. Like, fuck you. God, where is the testosterone gone in these fucking shows, dude? And no, no. The reason I hate Captain Marvel is not because I hate women. The reason I hate Captain Marvel is because she sucks as a fucking character. Trash. And no, I don't hate Captain Marvel because I'm a Trump supporter. No, I don't hate Captain Marvel because I'm a misogynist. I hate Captain Marvel for the same reason I love Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is a better written fucking character. Have I watched Wheel of Time? No. Unfortunately, I haven't heard too many good things about the Wheel of Time. That's one thing I will say. I haven't watched, so I can't even judge it wholly and completely honestly. I've just heard me personally, everyone who's talked to me about it haven't said too many great things about it. No, there's Jack Ryan. I don't watch Jack Ryan though, but Jack Ryan's a thing. He's another male lead that people are trying to destroy. Jack Ryan. There's Jack Reacher, and then there's Jack Reacher, and then there's James Reese, the guy Chris Pratt plays in Terminalist. I'm also high, so there's that. Oh my god. All streaming services will come out with a killer show now and then. Just 95% of the time, the shows coming out are complete garbage. Oh yeah. And so what Rings of Power did? What Rings of Power fucking their budget was like $500 million for season 1, and then the streaming numbers aren't cutting it. They're not making a cent back. So there's rumors going around that Rings of Power is basically being used to launder money because it's not making money at all. Unless they would so overtly um make something that loses a bunch of money in order to meet it with illegally obtained money. That's why it's like, it's like they're laundering money. They're saying that Rings of Power was a show created to launder money, because it's just that bad that no one expects it to make profit. Favorite season of AHS? What's AHS? What is that? Good guys winning after a winnable fight? No, not really. The Dark Knight, in the end, yeah, he stops the bad guy, but in the end, he basically loses because he has to take credit for Harvey Dent's crimes in order for the people of the city to not believe that everyone is corruptible. They have to basically hide what Harvey Dent did as a killer in order to keep people believing that there are still good people in the city. And then who took the fall for it? Batman did. So Batman took the fall for Harvey Dent's killings and crimes, and in order to spare the city by making them believe that, hey, at least there was one guy who was good, right? And then, Harvey Dent became a killer, and, all that. Oh yeah, Marvel movies, yeah, they're predictable. Predictable. American Horror Story. That's something to binge. I've been recommended that show without end. Without end, I've been recommended that show, but I haven't gotten around to watching it. I watched Breaking Bad though. Breaking Bad. That's the shit I like. My boy, Hector Salamanca, rest in peace, my guy. Fucking Mark Margolis, rest in peace. Or what about I mean, yeah, there's some where nothing ends all rosy and shit. I mean, Spider-Man No Way Home at the end, he has to basically sacrifice himself. He basically has to kill himself where no one he loves knows who he is anymore and he has to start all over again. I personally wouldn't call that a happy ending. But yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, it's like the same tired, boring shit. But then again, that's what makes Spider-Man stand out, and that's why whenever Spider-Man comes swinging around, I'm always there. Whenever Spider-Man comes swinging, I am always there. Marvel can come out with whatever bullshit they want to come out with. I'm not watching. It ended after Endgame. They should have rebooted and recasted everyone after Endgame. But whatever. Whenever Spider-Man's in town, I will be there. Um, so yeah. Soft spot for the X-Men. The only X-Men movie I watched is because I heard that some of it's good, but then I heard other X-Men movies are like really really bad. Um, the X-Men just wasn't one of those franchises that I ever got into. The only quote unquote X-Men movie, installments that I've seen, because the X-Men are in their own universe. The only X-Men movies I technically saw were Deadpool 1 and 2 and then Logan. Because I was just never into the X-Men. I like Wolverine though as a character, but then the rest I don't know, they just never resonated with me for some reason. God, I feel like I'm missing out. American Horror Story. I probably am missing out on yeah. But yeah, it is, I want to say, 4:44 in the morning. Uh if people haven't already been woken up by me talking into this computer, they're waking up now, and I have to skedaddle. Um, Case in point, to end this stream off, I'm not beholden to anyone. I am not sympathetic to anyone's cause. Perverted causes that are meant to tear people's lives apart, no matter how much they may or may not deserve it. Um, I am not sympathetic to someone who, for 2 months on end, made my life a living hell. There's no chance in hell that I would ever be sympathetic to and or friendly with someone who did that to me. So I want to kindly and very firmly dissolve people of that notion and pretty much say on to bigger and better things. And yeah, both sides, y'all are fucking psychopaths. Y'all need to get a life. And the people who are here with me, it'd be a privilege to have you stick with me in the long run. So, you know, thanks in advance for sticking around. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow at around 12 a.m. 12 a.m. What the fuck? 12 p.m. I'll be back tomorrow, 12 p.m. We're going live. Um, but yeah, thanks for sticking around, whoever stuck around. And if you didn't stick around, cool. You spent some time with me, which is what matters. Um, thank y'all. This has been a lot funner than I expected it to be. This was a lot more chill than I expected it to be. It was a bit of a sour fest for the first hour and a half, but fucking whatever, you know. Shit goes. But yeah. Thank y'all for sticking around, being with me. Appreciate y'all, and I gotta get the fuck out of here. I gotta get some sleep. Um, peace, everyone. I'll see y'all in a few hours. Thanks for stopping by, and have a nice rest of your day. Hope to see y'all later. Peace out.